Senator Ernst, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and General Alvin. Thank you so much for your time today, and congratulations on your nomination to you as well, Gina, and to your entire family. I know that you are going to be an effective steward for our Air Force and a strong partner to this committee. I will express today a concern that I shared with you in my office. First and foremost, it is a specific issue with the Air Force and the Air National Guard. When the National Guard's 185th Air Refueling Wing in Sioux City, Iowa, converted from its F-16 fighters to the KC-135 tankers, it was back in 2003. The Air Force said they would upgrade the airfield at the Iowa National Guard facility, and unfortunately, the Air Force and the National Guard have not followed through on that commitment. So what we need is that runway upgrade. They've failed to complete that, and I'm additionally concerned with this failure because we see a conversion now going from the 135s to the KC-46s. The flying squadron, the 174th Air Refueling Squadron, could lose its mission because they cannot convert to the new tankers. Not upgrading the runway will have a direct impact on retaining the immense talent of our guardsmen in Sioux City. And this really is unacceptable. The Air Force really should live up to its commitments. So the question for that, sir, is knowing that the Air National Guard is a part of the total Air Force, do I have your commitment that you will work with the National Guard to conduct a proper assessment for the runway upgrade for the airfield at the Iowa National Guard facility in Sioux City, Iowa?
Senator, you absolutely do, and I will tell you that the 185th is a fantastic organization that, you know, they celebrated, I think, 75th year in 2021. So this is one, we're nothing if not a total force. I do commit to ensuring that assessment, that evaluation is done and in conjunction with the Air National Guard to ensure that we have understanding of cost, schedule, and performance for that particular initiative.
Thank you. And do I also have your commitment that you will work with the Secretary of the Air Force to pause any discussion on changing the 185th Air Refueling Wing's mission set until a full and proper MILCON assessment is completed?
Senator, you have my commitment now. We'll work with the Secretary of the Air Force on this.
Thank you very much. And you are absolutely correct. The men and women of the 185th are incredible. They have a great command team there, and their airmen are top-notch. So another issue that I spoke with you as well in the office is regarding our Air Force Special Operations Forces. As ranking member on the Emerging Threats and Capabilities Subcommittee, I am totally invested in ensuring our nation's special operations have the authorities and the resources they need to carry out their role in our nation's defense. So how does the Air Force Special Warfare community fit into your strategic direction to move the Air Force forward and transform?
Thank you, Senator. I'm going to watch the clock here because I could go on for hours on this particular topic. I'm going to be respectful for your time. But Senator, as we look at what the special operations community does and the manner in which they do it, it's very much aligned with how I see the Air Force needs to be in the future. We need to be having attributes of agility and lethality and resilience and survivability. And the AFSOC community and the special operations community in general, as they work in small teams, they work solving problems at the edge. They work on traveling light, on being smaller footprints, on being able to develop those relationships with allies and partners. All of those are part and parcel to a successful United States Air Force in the future. So there's much to be learned from the AFSOC community. And as they expand to the third power projection wing at Davis-Monthan, then I think we're showing that they are increasing their relevance in the strategic environment within which we find ourselves.
And General, with all of that being said, how important our AFSOF are, do you see any cuts coming to the organization in the near future?
At this point, Senator, in the current budget environment, we see that the only real thing we see with AFSOC is that expansion into the power projection platforms. As we look at across the entire board, we'll have to evaluate case by case, but there's not anything in this particular case where we see a specific cuts to AFSOC.
Okay, and as those are being proposed, will you come back to me and the committee and discuss any potential changes before those changes are made?
Senator, I absolutely will.
Okay, I really appreciate it, General Alvin. My best again to your family, and really appreciate you taking on the challenge of this nomination. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Senator Ernst. Senator Kane, please.